Oh, yeah. From the Roadrunner Music Hall, it's Perry on the left side.
And Price on the right side.
This is great. We've got a bunch of rowdy people in the Roadrunner Music Hall, which is the brainchild of our CEO. That would be Chuck Cotton. He thought of this. It's right in the building where KSSK is, and yet it's unlike any concert venue most people have ever seen. The Roadrunner people got behind this. It's got comfy chairs. You folks like this?
We want to thank Roadrunner, Paradise Yellow Pages, a Yellow Book company, Moby PCS, and X Drinks, because they're the ones that sponsor this.
Now, what are they sponsoring? Well, today we've got a special treat for you, especially if you're of a certain age. Like if you remember back in the day. We're not even going to define what the day is. We have 4 of the people that set the quality of music for an entire generation. They are right here. They're going to be performing, actually, at the Love Rocks concert tomorrow night at the Hawaii Theater. But we want you to meet them. They're all going to be on stage here, and I think we can get a couple of performances out of them. Please welcome John Ford Coley, Benny Mardones, Ambrosia's Joe Puerta, and Jay Michaels. Hi, guys. How's it? Have a seat up there. This gang is responsible for more songs. As a matter of fact, we have been playing for 3 of them, 3 out of the 4. We've been playing their songs continuously every single day for 34 years. That's not bad. You owe us a lot of money, I think. Let's introduce everybody. We'll start on that end. You, sir, you were our guest at John Dominus last week.
Yes, sir. Hi, I'm Jay Michaels.
Hey, Jay. From the Jay Michaels Band. And next.
I'm Leah from the Jay Michaels Band.
And I am John Ford Coley from Led Zeppelin.
Yes, sir.
I'm Vidal, Jay Michaels Band.
There you go.
Joe Puerta.
And Joe Puerta from Ambrosia. A lot of Grammys and Grammy nominations in this group. Mm-hmm. These guys did very well. We'll start with Joe. Ambrosia.
Yes.
You guys are from what part of the world?
Originally from what they call the South Bay of Los Angeles. That'd be the Torrance, San Pedro, around that area, if you're familiar with that. The Port of L.A., the San Pedro is kind of, we like to call the home because, well, you see it on television a lot. It's kind of like when you did Hawaii Five-0, you had a lot of shots of Honolulu. You see San Pedro in a lot of TV shows because they use it because it has a port there. There's an old military base there. And
so the cruise ships go. Things. That inspired you to sing romantic songs?
I think there's a lot of beautiful women in San Pedro. That inspires us.
That inspires us at times.
Well, welcome to Honolulu. That's why we have a lot of music here, too.
Yeah, same thing here, I'm sure.
We have John Ford Coley on stage. I didn't know this. You started out, John, with a guy named Dan Seals, who ended up with Seals and Crofts.
No, actually, Dan Seals and Crofts is Jimmy Seals and Dash Crofts.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Seals is Jimmy Seals' younger brother. Mm-hmm. And so he was called England Dan. We went to high school together in Texas.
He's the younger brother.
He's the younger brother.
So you never actually hooked up with Seals and Crofts?
Only to play with him. Actually, Jimmy Seals was the one who came up with the name England Dan and John Ford Coley, because Dan was always running around mimicking the English accent. And if you've ever heard a Texas boy try to imitate anything other than a redneck Texas accent, it's kind of disastrous. So he picked up the name England Dan, and then my last name actually is Colley, C-O-L-L-E-Y, but I've been called Cooley, Coley, everything but the correct name. And so we dropped one L, kind of like Red Foley, John Coley. And so the John Ford actually came from the last, probably going to make some people angry, the last Confederate general in the War for Southern Independence that won the last battle.
We in Hawaii are neutral on the Mason-Dixon line.
Yes, so we're neutral.
It's okay.
We weren't. So
we get that.
We were kind of heated about it, as a matter of fact. So.
Well, we're going to start out because we're here. You've got a guitar, and that's just wonderful. We're going to start with you then.
Okay.
What do you say?
Okay. We're going to play a little song called "Don't Run Through the Screen Door, Granny, You'll Strain Yourself."
Ooh.
That's a bad joke. It's a Southern thing. This was a song actually that Dan and I had done about 1976, and we were very lucky to have the song. Parker McGee was the person who wrote the song, and pretty much we had always gone out and wanted to write our own material. But these songs came by us, and we thought, you know, if we don't do these songs, we're just not thinking straight. So this is one called "Nights Are Forever Without You." Lying in bed with the radio on, moonlight falls like rain, soft summer nights spent thinking of you. Will I see you again? Soft and low, the music moans. Can't stop thinking about you. Didn't know it would be so strong. Waiting and wondering about you. Didn't know it would last so long. That's all forever without you. Curtain still leaves the wind and the sky. The sun be coming up soon. I just can't sleep thinking of you. Here alone with the moon. Soft and low, the music moans. Can't stop thinking about you. Didn't know it would be so strong. Waiting and wondering about you. Didn't know it would last so long. That's all forever without you. That's all forever without you. That's all forever without you. Nights are forever without you. Nights are forever without you. Nights are forever without you. Thank you very much.
Live
Thank you.
from the Roadrunner Music Hall, it's Perry.
And Price.
More from John Ford Coley and the Love Rocks guys after this.
While uncontrollable, unsolicited applause.
From the Roadrunner Music Hall, all of this being brought to you by a bunch of good people.
Yep, Roadrunner, Paradise Yellow Pages, a Yellow Book company, Moby PCS, and X Drinks.
And
Thank
all of
you.
this is getting ready for Love Rocks, which is tomorrow night at the Hawaii Theater. Tickets still on sale. Call 528-0506. That's 528-0506. And John Ford Coley just performed live Nights Are Forever Without You, which we play literally every day. And what do you make? Like 3 cents every time we play that?
Actually, I'm down to a bowl of chili and crackers. No, actually,
crackers?
yeah, I get crackers.
Whatever works. That's good. We have questions here. We have a bunch of folks who have gotten here by invitation. We sometimes give away some tickets to the Roadrunner musical on the radio, sometimes on our website. Let's find out this question. What's your name and where are you from?
Yes, Ron Weinberg from Kailua. Did you know that today's my 62nd birthday and we came just to hear you perform?
Wow.
We did know that. Actually,
Yes.
we did. We were checking your MySpace, and we saw all that.
And we actually showed up because we knew it was your birthday.
Yes, we heard rumors to that effect.
That's why they're having the whole concert is for you, sir, as a matter of fact.
Yes, but tomorrow's not my
so
birthday.
Let me see. 62. That makes you old enough to
Yeah.
be my brother.
Oh, I could be. Also, that wonderful Social Security kicks in.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm
For
going to
now.
be richer than you soon.
Yeah. Until the bailout.
You didn't hear it. They just ran out of money yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
I think so. We've got at this end of the. This is for you folks listening on the radio. We're going from right to left here, and from Ambrosia, Joe Puerta, who started with Ambrosia back in the day. You guys, how many song hits?
Well,
How many top
we
10?
had- Well, we had about 5 that were really big hits, and
Yeah.
then we had a lot of other songs that people know that there were. In one time, there was FM hits, AM hits. You know, we had the top 40 hits, and we also had songs like "Life Beyond LA," "Nice, Nice, Very Nice," and "Time Waits." These songs that were like FME hits. You know, that were heard a lot, but not on the Billboard top 40 charts always.
You performer or a writer or both?
Both. Do both. I produce people. I have a recording studio now, and actually, I really enjoy working with younger people that are, trying to break into the business, and it's fun having a studio that gets some talent walking through, and everyone you're waiting for that Elvis to walk through the door. It's like
Now you guys were the Love Rockers. Everybody on the stage was a love rocker.
a
Did
lot
you
of it.
get was there a different quality of groupie that hung around with love rockers than hang around with the rockers?
they're into love. They're very loving. They could be very, very loving. At times.
Well put.
Yeah.
Well put.
It used to be very exciting back during those days, because they would throw things at you and stuff like that. Now, when they come to the concerts, they bring us cookies and cakes and introduce us to our children. It's changed a lot.
As long as they don't fall asleep and ask stupid questions.
Really. Anybody got a question for Joe and Ambrosia? Get it ready, because we're going to let him perform right now. What do you want to do?
One of those love songs. It's a song called "You're the Only Woman."
Oh, yes. Might have heard that.
Security.
Your heart's fluttering out there.
The groupies are now rushing the stage, as a matter of fact.
I said, now you talk about the things I do. Baby, I try to explain the reasons why. 'Cause I've been thinking about the things that we said late last night, when every word I said just didn't come out right. And you were so afraid that I found somebody new. But darling, there's no need for what we're going through, because you and I been in love too long to worry about tomorrow. Here's a place where we both belong. I know you're the only woman that I'm dreaming of. You're the only woman that I really love, baby. I said, now see what a foolish heart has done for me. Yeah, baby, why would you break my heart and make me cry? You know you can't go back and change where things are, and all this foolish talk won't get us very far. And now I'm hope you're listening, 'cause I'm telling you about the way I'm feeling, what we're going through, because you and I've been in love too long to worry about tomorrow. Here's a place where we both belong. I know you're the only woman that I'm dreaming of. You're the only woman that I really love. You're the only woman that I really this is an organ solo. When the plane of love surrounds you and the world may be unkind, I put my loving arms around you, take you far from this place and time, because you and I, baby, don't worry about tomorrow. Every place we belong, I know you're the only woman that I'm dreaming of. You're the only woman that I'm dreaming of. You're the only woman that I really love. You're the baby, baby. I say you're only woman. You're the only woman. No, you're the only woman. You're the only woman. I say you're the only woman. You're the only woman. I know you're the only one. You're the only
Joe Porta from Ambrosia at the Roadrunner Music Hall, coming back with more.
Thank you.
From the Roadrunner Music Hall, live, down the hall and past the men's room from KSSK Studios, it's Perry on the left.
And Price on the right, and the vault. You see, that's where we keep all the prizes when you walk by.
You saw
the
that?
big safe there? That's where we keep all the prizes.
No, check it out on the way out. Really, it's the vault. It's right there.
Want to thank Roadrunner, Paradise Yellow Pages, that Yellow Book Company, and Moby PCS and X Drinks for sponsoring this. It's interesting. It's about to get more interesting.
Oh, yeah, because here in the Roadrunner Music Hall, people have questions, embarrassing or otherwise, for Joe, who just sang one of the Ambrosia hits. Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Kathy Boast. I'm from IAEA.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I was wondering, what songs did you write that we would know?
Holding On to Yesterday, Nice, Nice, Very Nice, and parts of You're the Only Woman, the one we just sang, I mean, there's lots of tunes. I don't know how many the Ambrosia albums you have, but I wrote a lot on all the albums. But you know, the songs that I'd have to. There's a lot of them that you would know. Those are the biggest ones that you probably would know. Holding On to Yesterday is one that I'm proud of, because Rick Springfield just cut it last year. Benny was talking about Paul Carrick just cut one of his songs, and it's great when you have somebody that you admire, that an artist picks one of your songs and covers it. So it was nice. Holding On was done last year again by Rick.
IAEA girl, are you even old enough to remember 33 and a third
Yes.
RPM
Yes.
records? You are?
Yes.
Okay.
You saw it in a
And
museum.
8-tracks.
Come on.
Yeah.
8 tracks.
You've seen pictures.
But
Yes.
before that, I don't know anything before 8 tracks.
We've got Love Rocks is the concert. It's tomorrow night, one night only, tomorrow night at Hawaii Theater, beautiful Hawaii Theater. Tickets $49 and $39. Just call the Hawaii Theater box office if you'd like to join some of the Love Rockers. Here is a song that has been played probably more than any other song in the last 28 years. You will instantly recognize it.
You will instantly recognize it.
I know that song.
That's her cue. Not that one. Not that one.
No.
They can't instantly recognize a song that's never been played yet.
That was Chaz. Was that on the radio? We don't know. We don't have monitor here. Was that? Yes, it was. It was on the radio. That song that you didn't hear here in the Roadrunner Music Hall, but was on the radio, is called "Into the Night," and this is the man that made it a hit, Benny Mardones. Hi, Benny. Where are you from, Benny?
I was born in Cleveland, Ohio.
A Cleveland guy.
Yeah, and then I lived in New York, earned my bones, and when I got old enough where I started playing golf, I decided to come out to California, and I came out to do the Roy Orbison tribute because he was a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I met somebody, and I sold my house in Woodstock and said, I'm done chopping wood. You know?
That's very good, Benny. This what an unusual story, because this song hit twice, yeah, and that doesn't happen, but it did to "Into the Night," one of the most romantic, tender songs of all time. What's the story behind "Into the Night"?
The true story, when it first came out, radio wouldn't touch it. First of all the black stations started playing it across the country. And then they found out I was white, and they dropped it. This is true because, you know, I have a rasp and everything, you know, and I couldn't understand it. And I said, well, why aren't the pop stations picking it up? And the record company said, they think it has something to do with a 16-year-old girl. And finally they knew the story that I'm about to tell you, and they wrote it out, and the next thing I know, it was a monster hit that changed my life and my family's life. I was living on Riverside Drive in Manhattan in Spanish Harlem. And, you know, I was a young cat. And Robert Tepper was my writing partner. And every day we get together and write songs every night, you know, in the good old bad days. And there was a family in my apartment building named the Davis family. And the father was a struggling set designer on Broadway. And the kids were just 15, 16, and 17, right? And one morning, I got a knock on my door, and the 16-year-old girl came sobbing into the house. I said, you know, what happened? And she told me what her father had done. And I said, well, it'll work out. It'll work out for you. You know, let's find out more what's going on. And so she went to school, and Bobby and I had been up all night, dun, 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 dun. And when she walked out, he went, oh, my Lord. I said, Bobby, she's just 16 years old, man. Leave her alone. And he said, okay. And I said, matter of fact, play that lick again. Dun, 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 dun. I went, she's just 16 years old. Leave her alone, they said. And the whole song is about her abandonment because separated by fools, her father, who don't know what love is yet. I'm too old for you, but if I could fly, I'd pick you up and take you into the night and show you a love like you've never seen. It's like having a dream and where nobody has a heart. It's like having it all and watching it fall apart. So the whole story is about the abandonment of this young girl. And, you know, Bobby and I are driving around. We could hardly afford gas. I mean, it was like 30 cents a gallon, you know, we're driving around. And meanwhile, Cousin Brucey and Scott Muni are playing the record 5 times a day. And I said, Bobby, something's wrong with this. Something's wrong with this. And I said, we don't have any money, and they're playing our record all day long. He goes, well, I guess something will work out. And the record just took off, and Scott Muni called me and said, listen, we're recording live at the Bottom Line, your concert. Is this girl real? You can tell me. Is she real, or did you make it up? I said, she lives in my building. And he says, will you bring her to the show? I said, sure. I said, Heidi, you're coming with me to the show at the Bottom Line. And she came, and I introduced her to the crowd, and Scott Muni had her on the air. And the record, as you know, exploded. I mean, it was like nominated for the Record of the Year for the Grammys. And by the way, we were so broke when we got our first royalty check, we didn't have money to get a subway back up to Spanish Harlem. And so when we first got our first royalty check, you know, we're on our way down to get the money, and Bobby says, what if it's like $5,000? I said, Bobby, nobody's going to give us $5,000. Are you crazy? I said, I'm just hoping they give us $1,500 apiece. I could pay 3 months' rent, you know, in Spanish Harlem. We go down there, and the first royalty check was like $75,000. And I said, this song is going to be very, very good for us, I think. And you know, I tell this story. You know, the song takes off, and all of a sudden I'm doing really great. And I came out to California to do some TV shows, you know, and I called my mother and I said, Mom, you got to watch. I'm on Midnight Special with the Rolling Stones. She goes, what time is it on? I said, well, Mom, it's the Midnight Special. She goes, oh, baby, I can't stay up till midnight. No. She said, but you do good. And I said, okay. And then I said, something happened, and I ended up opening for Peter Frampton and Dave Mason in Madison Square Garden. So I called my mother. I said, Ma, you got to come to New York. I'm playing Madison Square Garden because of Into the Night. She said, what is it, like a supper club, honey? I said, no, Mom. It's a huge venue. You've got to come, Mom. It's really big, Mom. I want you to come. Oh, honey, I can't take off work. You know, honey, do good. Following week, I called her up. I said, Mom, Dick Clark. Ooh, I love Dick Clark. American Bandstand? I said, yeah, Mom, I'm on Dick Clark. I'm on the American Bandstand. Will you watch it? When is it on, honey? I said, Saturday. Ooh, that's our busiest day at the store, honey. And you weren't taping back in those days, especially my mom. I bought her DirecTV for a Christmas gift one year and paid a year in advance. She said, honey, take that off the roof. Nobody else in my neighborhood has it. I don't want them to think I'm uppity, just take it off. So my sister ended up with a year's free of DirecTV.
Did Mom ever see you?
Well, yeah, what happened was, about a month later, I don't know where I was in America, I get a phone call. And I said, Mom, is everything all right? She goes, oh, honey, you are a star. I said, what do you mean? Me and Dorothy and all the girls saw you on Merv Griffin. And once we saw you on Merv Griffin, we knew you were a star. I said, so the Midnight Special with the Stones, Madison Square Garden, American Bandstand's nothing, but I was on the Merv Griffin show. And that's, so the first time my mother saw me play, other than when she saw me growing up and playing, was a 20,000-seat Washington, D.C. arena. And so I said, I'm not going on until my mother's here, because, and so they had security all around this 20,000-seat venue waiting for her. And suddenly my mother, who's 5 foot tall, comes walking in with a cake. And I said, and my road manager, who used to be Lyndon Johnson's bodyguard, says to her, could you tell me how you got through security? She said, well, I just walked up to the biggest person I saw, and I figured he must work for my son. She says, I'm Benny Mardones' mother, and I baked his favorite cake. And he said, lady, that's either the best story I've ever heard, or you are his mom. Go on in. And really, and after the show, I said, Ma, I'll get you, come on, ride in a limo with me. Oh, no, but I'll follow it, honey. God. So we get to the hotel, we walk into my suite, and she goes, oh, is this where you and the band stay? And Randy says, no, this is Benny's room. Oh, Lord, no, this is way too big for him. You got to watch him when it comes to money. And they said, we'll keep an eye on you. So meanwhile, Heidi Davis became so popular from that show and that song that she ended up being invited to all the A-list parties in Manhattan.
The girl, the 16-year-old.
Yeah, and eventually she met and fell in love with the son of a hotel builder. And she now lives in a mansion in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Her brother works for her husband's company. The mother lives with them, and the other sister married well. And every Christmas, I get a Christmas card from her, and it says, you changed my life. And so it was not just...
we love happy endings.
It was not just something that changed my life, because it changed my life, because I went from playing bars, saloons in the most dangerous parts of most cities, combat zone up in Boston, and I went from there to opening for Richie Havens in front of 10,000 people, and then I started headlining, and it changed my life, but it changed that family's life, and that's why it's such a great thing about this song. And that's the true story about
Benny's
it.
part of Love Rocks, and that love does rock. Benny's saving his voice for tomorrow. He's got a little rasp going on there. He's saving his voice for tomorrow night. He's not going to sing, but if you'll turn up the monitor, we will let you hear just that little clip one more time.
Thank you, baby.
Get ready for it. Tomorrow night, Love Rocks at the Hawaii Theater. We'll be back. It's Perry.
And Price.
Back from the Roadrunner Music Hall after this. Hey. And here we are from the Roadrunner Music Hall at KSSK.
Hey, the Love Rocks concert is on Friday, the 21st at 7:30 p.m. at the Hawaii Theater. Tickets $49.39, still available. You can get tickets at the Hawaii Theater box office, so give a call at 528-0506.
We are in the Roadrunner Music Hall at KSSK with some Love Rockers. John Ford Coley, Benny Mardones, Ambrosius, Joe Puerta, the J. Michaels Band, and the concert is tomorrow. Who's got a question? Anybody question? Open-ended question for anybody.
Hi, I have a question for John Ford Coley. What was the make and model and year of the first car you ever bought where you heard your own song played on the radio in your very own car?
Plaid. My favorite color is plaid.
I
it
like
would,
how
it would
well.
it would have been a 71 Datsun 1200.
That you first heard
Yeah,
some
yeah.
of your songs.
I heard my song on it, and right after that, somebody rear-ended me at the stop sign, and the car was toast. So, I mean, I don't know whether that was any sign of anything to come. I didn't go woo, 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 but that's what happened.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
So if there's a John Ford Coley song on the radio, you might want to stay away from his car on the road.
Yeah. Keep a safe distance.
We've actually got the James Bond thing going on the back of our cars now. We just put a horse trailer on the back of it, and so you hit the horses first.
Nice. You, sir, what's your name? Where are you from?
Marty, Los Angeles, California. My question is for Benny Mardones. Do you have any new singles coming out? Any records?
Third week of January, new single coming out, new album, and I'm looking forward to doing it. I'm looking forward to touring, and I'd love to start right here in Paradise.
Excellent. Tomorrow night. Well, we got time. These people are, as you can tell, Perry and Price and the entire crowd here in a very festive holiday mood. Mm-hmm. What do we do about that?
Well, if it's not too early, we could do a Christmas song. We get everybody in the mood.
Too early? We've been playing Christmas music for about a month and a half, haven't we?
Yeah.
Right after St. Patrick's Day. You go
Yes.
right in. Okay.
No, it's not too early. Everybody says, what we've heard is the holiday season didn't come. I mean, it couldn't have come sooner. It couldn't come at a better time because of all the negativity and everything. You're famous for a Christmas song.
Well, it's just interesting story. The guy that broke Ambrosia's very first single was a guy named Bill Fordresher. He was the promotion guy at 20th Century Records at the time. And he fought really hard to make Holding On Yesterday the single. He said, I'm going to make it a hit, and he worked very hard to make it a hit. So our very first hit record, Hold On Yesterday, I attribute to his work, Bill Fordresher. Years later, he rose all the way up the ranks to be head of vice president of Elektra Records, head of national promotion. But after years of promoting other people's records, he wanted to get back to, he was a musician who put it on the side for years and years. And so he got back into writing. But he was frustrated, here he is, a guy in his 50s trying to start off in the music business, and he's trying to get a song covered. He said, Joe, I'm really frustrated. I wrote this Christmas song. No one will cover it. And I have a recording studio in Milwaukee. I was living in Milwaukee, and I said, well, hey, I've got a studio. I'll get some few guys. We'll cut this record. So we cut his song, and we put it out on our little label. And the next thing you know, it was actually on the, quote, Christmas charts, the media-based Christmas charts. It went to #1 in the country ahead of Josh Groban and Rod Stewart and Hall & Oates. Our song was up there. So, and then ER used it in their Christmas special, so we knew we had something. So we've now done an entire album, Christmas Dreams, and I'll give you guys a copy, and you can put it on this holidays and enjoy it, hopefully. And
our first Christmas
gift. But
gift.
this is the song that Bill Fordresher wrote and we put out.
Here's
Joe
Puerta.
Christmas. I remember finding you at Christmas, your eyes as bright as tinsel on the tree. You and I were lonely until Christmas, and love found you for me, yeah. And I'm coming home for Christmas, for Christmas. I'm coming home, I'm coming home for Christmas, for Christmas. I'm coming home. I remember wind and ice and snow, our love so warm we never felt the cold. Then came a call that set me far away, and now it's Christmas Day, and I'm coming home for Christmas, for Christmas. coming home for Christmas, for Christmas. I'm coming home to you. Angels on high, please tell me why. Oh, the stars are so bright. Oh, angels on high, if I ask, can you try to make every day Christmas night? Then I will be home for Christmas, for Christmas. I'm coming home, I'm coming home for Christmas, for Christmas. I'm coming home, and I'll be coming home for Christmas, for Christmas. I'm coming home to you.
Great. Okay, you got us in the mood. You guys are great. Thank you for all being on stage here. Benny, thanks for coming. Jay Michaels Band will be performing and backing up everybody with great musicians. John Ford Coley, another couple of, some more chili for you probably coming out of this. We'll just keep playing the songs if you want the chili.
I like it.
Okay.
Don't forget the crackers.
That's right. Crackers too. Joe Porta, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the Love Rocks concert is tomorrow. One night only. Hawaii Theater. What is that box office? You got the box office number there anywhere?
Box office number. What about a phone number?
A phone number.
What about an email number?
That too.
Email number hawaiitheater.com or give them a call. You can charge by phone 528-0506, 528-0506.
Love does rock, as these guys have proven. From the Roadrunner Music Hall, that's it. It's Perry.
And Price. Happy Thursday.